Councilmember Fuller.
Yes, thank you for coming, Ms. Becton. I appreciate it very much that you are here. I it comes down to, with me, what is troubling me is you speak of social equity, social justice, and inclusive, diversified community with your lips. But it seems like with your heart, you act with privilege. And when I say that, there's the Camanilla, the one that's serving his sentence in house arrest in the North Shore of Kauai with an ankle bracelet that you had 9 counts of forgery, felony perjury, which I think you had 42 counts filed against him, and he was sentenced to jail, and apparently you gave the okay that he could go to Kauai and serve his sentence in the North Shore there in a luxury house. And along with it, we all know, I mean, we could go on, but we all know about the wedding in July 2020 at your house. So how do we reconcile that? How do we reconcile ourselves that this is social justice and social equity, and those that have been marginalized are really being protected when these actions are going on?
Let's see if I understand your question. Is your question, how do we reconcile? I'm sorry, could you repeat your question? Because I'm not sure I heard the question.
Well, with you're saying, I believe in social justice. I believe in social equity. I believe in an inclusive, diversified community. I believe in equity for all. Those who've been marginalized need support. And I've heard that and read it for a number of years. But when a public official commits perjury, and I think we have 42 counts filed against him in perjury, and he pleads guilty to 9, and you say he's going to get some jail time, which for me fits. He's violating, he's insulted and violated the trust of the community. You say, oh no, yeah, you're building your house and God knows where that money came from. You're building your luxury house out in Kauai on the North Shore, which will be a multi-million-dollar house. You can wear a bracelet and you'll be under house arrest for a year. And with out of that income, I mean, he can invite people in for his parties. He can invite cooks in for the nice meals. That's a pretty nice way to go. But what about the poor guy that's marginalized down here that isn't getting it? And then your own example. I was in the Marine Corps back in the old days. The old Corps, actually, not the old Corps. That's World War II. But right after World War II, and there were World War II people there. And during the Vietnam era. And it was the code of the Marine Corps officer that they did not take anything. They didn't eat, they didn't sleep, they didn't do anything until the Marines under their command had been fed, had been housed, had been taken care of. And that's the life they lived. That was their life. That's the way they lived. And yet, it bothers me when I see that our district attorney, during the COVID, during the hardest time for a community for decades, is nobody is in lockdown, and I know that churches are canceling weddings, that you went out and had a wedding in your backyard. And I'm having trouble.
I think I understand your question. I think the first part of your question, I believe it may have gone to the Cansamilla case, if I'm not understanding it incorrectly. And I think what I would say to you is this. One of the things that we try to do when we're talking about bringing justice for different crimes, I think we all know that most cases in our county that are filed are ones that are resolved. Over 90% of the cases resolved by plea bargaining. And very often people are charged with a large number of counts, but when it comes down to reaching a resolution that we think is fair and in the interest of justice, there are often counts that are dropped. In that case, we have to remember that there was a plea to 9 counts of perjury and grand theft. The person was sentenced to 365 days in the county jail. How that sentence is served is not up to my office. How the sentence is served is up to the court and the sheriff's department. So where he served it, how he served it, was not up to the district attorney's office. In addition to that, in addition to that part of the punishment, there was also the fact that he lost his law license, the fact that he could never hold public office again, the fact that he paid a $150,000 fine through the SPPC, and additional consequences were in place. So we think when you look at the total picture, that and the total punishment that was imposed in that case, that it was in the interest of justice. As far as my wedding in my backyard with my families, which was not illegal to do, to have a COVID-safe wedding where with my family, I came together to exchange my wedding vows with a COVID-safe environment, everybody socially distanced, outdoors, wearing masks, temperatures taken. I have nothing else to say except that I had a wedding ceremony in my backyard with my family present in a COVID-safe environment. Thank you for your question.